Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, this is going to be a today's topic video. It is going to be for the 4th of March. Sorry, I like that day. I was like, March 4th. And that's what it feels like, is it's time to march forward, to do something positive, to press ahead. We have black magic, using supernatural powers or magic in a dark or unpleasant realm. That's all hogwash. I'm there's no such thing as black magic. We have blockbuster. Blockbuster demolishes obstacles hindering your progress. If you've been stopped, held back, or cut off, let the blockbuster clear the way for you. Okay, fantastic. That's exactly the reason. Black magic is such hogwash, because we are sovereign entities with our own choices to make in life. Somebody cannot think negative at you and then put a blockage in your way. Now, people can take actual unfair actions and, prevent you from, getting the promotion or something, but that's an actual step forward. But our mindset, if we say, oh, really, somebody in the company doesn't like me, doesn't want me to advance, guess what? Maybe they lose their rights to have my amazing energy here, and I take my talents elsewhere, get hired at a better job with better pay. We don't have to talk about it like, oh, I think this person's putting a blockage on me. No, what it is where there's not a pathway open to us, maybe it's time for us to break on through and do something different. Always say, anytime I hit a brick wall, instead of saying, oh, there's supernatural forces, there's blah, 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 that mindset needs to be busted through, because then we're giving away our power to unseen forces. And that's just not true. That way lies madness. I will stand on that hill all day long. I do not like the concept of black magic and curses and spells and witchcraft and stuff like that, because when we start accusing individuals of putting magical energies upon us, we unfairly target them. As we all know, if you read through history, there were some really terrible things that happened because of that kind of ignorance and pointing fingers usually at the women in the villages. So we don't want to go down that road of ignorance, but anybody can say, oh, I'm having a string of bad luck, but even that mindset needs to stop. That is foolish. Use a blockage not as like, how come this is happening? This must be bad. Instead, use a blockage as, all right, let me go ahead and change my circumstances. Let me, if I can't move to the right, let me move to the left. Maybe I'm supposed to look at things differently. And it's a great way to not get caught up in nonsense that would actually have us give our power away, especially to mystical, magical forces that are absolute hogwash. So I love this story so far, because it is giving the power back to a character, and that's always what I'm going to be about on my channel. We have the Queen of Swords upright. Talk about using logic to fight ignorance, using intellect to push back against stupidity or the tendency to be like, oh no, I'm cursed. Of course, I'm not cursed. Perhaps I'm being protected. Perhaps there's reasons that something isn't working out. Perhaps maybe there's more for me to learn, and then doors will open for me. There's a lot of really positive energy here, but the Queen of Swords is also learning to look at a situation and say, maybe I need to put up better boundaries. Maybe something is happening in my life that I've allowed to happen, and I'll be damned if I'm going to put up with that. I'm putting up a blockage, a boundary. This is her totally empowered again. I love it. I don't know who this possibly divine feminine is, but she's definitely a force to be reckoned with, because she's in control of her outcome. Death card and the Princess of Cups. And she's in this deck, she's walking right through this portal. Hang on, there's another deck I'm going to want. She's walking right through this portal and changing her circumstances. We may see her as a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but we also have strong Scorpio energy here, and we have water energy as a whole. So emotionally speaking, also, she's really pushing herself forward. She's really, I don't know, I just love the fact that she's not going to let herself be held down, held back. We have the Hierophant upright. Hierophant is belief in something greater than ourselves that is a positive force, the life force energy, our connection to the universe, to the creator, whatever we perceive him or her to be. This is a character who's like, I believe in something. First and foremost, I believe in me and my ability to create change. Very empowered. Now, what goes along with the Hierophant, it can be anything from belief systems to like structures, organization. It can be institutions of organization, things like marriage. We do have a 10 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so we have a character who thought for a period of time erroneously that like, I think I'm doomed in love. I can't ever have happiness. And that character is like, what the hell? Why would I have ever said that to myself? I know that's not true. Who gets to decide, how my life is going to go? Me. I love the fact that she's like rejecting the idea that someone else or some other force of the universe gets to take away her sunshine or gets to prevent her from having the happiness that she so richly deserves. I love that concept in this. So 8 of Wands is upright. The Hermit is upright. She's even realizing that perhaps it was like the things that she needed to do was to change something within herself, to put up better boundaries, to be able to say, why did I not have happiness in past relationships? It wasn't because somebody put a curse on me. It was because I did not communicate my needs, my wants, my yeses and my nos, my do's and my don'ts. I needed to learn how to communicate that better. I needed to have better boundaries up. And it took me thinking about that for a while. It's not that I've ever been unable to have great happiness or success, but the reason I wasn't having it is because I wasn't like really communicating first and foremost in my own soul where my comfort zone is. Like basically in the most gentle of ways, this character should have been a lot more picky. I think our character put up with people that they dated in the past that were absolutely like, some of their behavior could have been abominable, but they were like, yeah, but I love this person. And nobody has to be perfect. I can accept flaws. Yeah, but they were accepting like tremendous flaws, things that our character should not have looked past. It's almost like our character needed to be more judgy. And they're realizing that like the only thing that prevented me from having happiness in my past connections or even in a past marriage, or maybe the reason I never did get married, make it to the altar, is because I wasn't really happy with any of the people I was with. I kept having the wrong connections, but now I realize why. It was because I had to have a talk with myself about what do I want? There was no curse put on me. There was no energy that said I can't have a successful relationship. It's just I wasn't doing right by myself first to say, what do I really find important? What are my absolute deal breakers? Because I think our characters accepted deal breakers in the past without knowing it. I mean, this feels like a very loving character. This is also a very empowered character in truth, but I think they were very non-judgmental. And one of their lessons in this lifetime was to become more judgmental, to protect their own sweetheart from heartbreak. If we can see that somebody is wrong for us, we can be disappointed, but we're not going to be betrayed and heartbroken. But if our character, had a tendency to like say, but I'm in love with this person, I want to give my all to them, and then they go and do something heinous, it's like, okay, but wait a second, let me really think about it. Did they have the qualities that told me that they wouldn't have been a betrayer? No, maybe they had some qualities that showed me that they would have. I mean, we didn't really have great happiness with the 10 of Cups in the reverse. I wanted to be happy with them, but honestly, I shouldn't be brokenhearted because people that weren't right for me revealed themselves to be not right for me. I think that our character had a connection. Now, bear in mind, these are fictional stories, and this is about one character right now who's having this momentous breakthrough. This is a very powerful character that we're describing. And they're very good at like looking internally, and they're very good at seeing facts, and they're very good at evaluating things because they're super intelligent. But they are realizing undeniably that there was some relationship in the past that ended up miserable. But then thinking back to it, they're saying, you know what I also realized? We were always unhappy. In fact, I was ill at ease the whole time I was with that person. I was never genuinely secure because I knew I couldn't trust them. So really, it's not a heartbreak or even a betrayal. It's more just like, yeah, I get it. I know that's why it didn't work. And really, if I think back, I shouldn't have tried to be in that relationship anyway. If that individual was actually making me so unhappy, of course I should have moved on. There's other people to love. This galaxy is filled with beautiful people. wonderful human beings to connect to and to share, qualities of life with. But we get to decide what quality of life do we want to experience with someone. And I really think that is the only thing, that our character had not been like pushy enough, bossy enough, demanding enough to say, what I want is this, what I don't want is this, what I like this, what I don't like this. Now that we have a character who's dialed in, tapped into all this, that's it. It's go time. This is beautiful. Knight of Cups. Yeah, I want somebody who has honor, and I want somebody who moves forward with stability, and I want to get to know somebody who's consistent with their like being open emotionally. That's what I welcome in. Okay, this is beautiful. This is really strong. It's a really nice vibe here. We got the Queen of Pentacles and we got the Fool. I don't know. She's gone from being a Queen of Swords and now into the Queen of Pentacles, ready to take a leap of faith, or perhaps she is recognizing that there is somebody who is appealing to her and she would want to give to them if they're taking a leap of faith in her direction. There is a reason all this is happening on, like I said, March 4th. And I was like, because I was thinking of it, go forward. It's time to go forward. Even here, break through obstacles, welcome in the next adventure, knowing full well that if she sees stuff that she doesn't like, she's going to have no problem saying, okay, no thanks, this is a deal breaker for me, so now I know this one won't move forward and I can go on and meet somebody else. She may have to move forward and meet lots of different people before she finds what she's really looking for. But here's the thing, she's no longer going to feel devastated or heartbroken or feel like she's cursed in love simply because something may or may not work out. Now, I got to say, this actually bodes really, really well, though. There could be an Aries coming toward her. They could also be an earth sign coming toward her. This could be same-sex couple, reverse gender roles, does not matter. I don't read for genders. We got a Six of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody new. This is not somebody from her past coming back in. We're getting so much new energy. Maybe it's because it's Year of the Snake, but we're getting so much new vibe as a whole. We have a Page of Swords. New information to learn, new experiences to like absorb. Everything feels like I want to learn about something different, somebody different. I don't want somebody from my past coming back. I want this to be new. So if there's a new person that's about to take a leap toward me, universe, bring on the new. I don't need to repeat old lessons. I learned my old lessons and I learned them well. This is a character who learned them well. She is in such an empowered state. She knows what she won't accept and she doesn't want anything that she's already been through. So very different energy. She is not chasing anybody. Not to say she chased in the past, but she's not going to like try to connect with somebody if they're already making her feel like uncomfortable or unstable in any way, shape, or form. If they make her unhappy, if they make her cry right out of the gate, she's not going to deal with that. I think the expectation is I just want to get to know somebody who's open. And if they're fearless and, they're bringing their best to the table, maybe that's what she never had before. Maybe that's the key. Maybe she's like, man, I feel like I'm cursed in love. I keep meeting people that are emotionally shut down. Really, what we should have said is, or at least I think what she should have said to herself and what she's certainly saying now is, if they're emotionally shut down, they're clearly not ready to be with me. So I can move on by. Those aren't even, it's like when we go to the grocery store and, you go through the produce section and there's, bananas and there's apples and there's potatoes and there's, jicama. And if you're there to shop for jicama, something more special, then bypass the potatoes because the potatoes are not the jicama. The oranges and the apples, however lovely, are not the jicama that you came to buy. You can bypass everything that is like, yeah, nice, no, don't need it, not looking for it, but awesome, but I'm on my way to the jicama. Go for the thing that you actually want and we don't say, oh my God, but I feel so bad passing by the potatoes, or how come the first thing I see when I walk in the store is apples? I'm not here for apples. We don't get upset at the grocery store that we're not finding instantly what we want the second we walk in. We know we're on the quest for it and we know what we're questing for. And that's what we're going to stay true to. I came here to buy what I came to buy. I'm not getting derailed. Basically, that's kind of the way she's got to approach romance and not get upset over anything if it takes a little while to find it. But I kind of feel like because she wants a totally different kind of person, completely different set of experiences, She doesn't want to repeat old cycles. She doesn't want exes back. I gotta say, she knows that this is going to be something she has no reference point for. She's walking into the great mystery with a brand new person. This says brand new beginning. This says mystery. She knows she's going to keep learning more about herself, but she's ready. As long as she has a partner that is straightforward and emotionally available, it's like, I can't wait to give enough of my time to somebody who's emotionally available, who's so different from anyone I've ever known, to get to know them and to see what it brings up inside of me. She's viewing the idea of having a relationship as something that could teach her more about herself, and she's open to that. Something that she may have no reference point for who they are or how they operate, and she's open to that. So now we're approaching like the baseline criteria has to be met, and then we can explore and figure out like an adventure. Like, I wonder where this will take me. Instead of saying, how much you want to bet? I'm cursed in love and it's all going to fall to hell in a handbasket. She is not that person. I love this queen, or whomever this character is. I love the openness of this, the way she's approaching. I just wanted one more. We got two more. We got a 9 of Cups upright. We have got the 10 of Wands sideways. I feel like she's going to meet somebody who's so much more joyful and open than anyone she's ever met. Someone who doesn't have a whole lot of hidden agendas or anything like that. You can even see just in his face and just how like open he is and the smile and everything. This is somebody who could be so much more fun than the person she knew of the past. This is not somebody with a huge ego. This is somebody who's pretty straightforward. This is somebody who's got probably quirky sense of humor, great sense of humor. I'm just looking at, he's wearing bright colors. There's just something bright about him as a whole. Doesn't mean he doesn't have his life story where he's been through hurts and pains, but he probably doesn't dodge talking about some of that either. Like, oh yeah, I've been through some stuff. Sometimes it takes a while to heal. You lay down some old burdens. Sometimes, heck yeah, some rough moments that I experienced. This can be old stuff, family stuff, childhood wounds. And it's like, yeah, I realized throughout my life that sometimes those old patterns pop back up. He's probably owned it. He's owned his light and his dark sides of his persona. And overall, this is a happy person. This is not somebody who's out there to like terrorize her and give her heartbreak or make her feel bad because he feels bad, or, use emotional manipulation to try to get her to make him feel better. This is just somebody who's pretty much who they seem to be without trying to fake anything. That's, I think, as simple as that may sound, maybe that's what she hasn't had before. She's straightforward, and that's what she's ready for, is somebody else who's straightforward. I feel like she dealt with somebody that was layers of mystery, and that might have been, maybe she constantly found that. People who had layers of mystery and weren't straightforward about it. Maybe that's why she was like, I must be cursed. She's not cursed, not at all. I love this story after all. You guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Lots of love. Bye.